Hi, I'm Rafa Benito. You are watching the Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. Pre-season's here. Hey, there we go. welcome hangovers and the fact that we've been in the studio for 10 hours now. Liverpool kick off their pre-season with a game against Brondby over in Denmark. Brondby, yes. Yeah, Jan Mulby, or whatever the correct pronunciation is. Just probably say Jan. Anyway, real footy's back, sort of.
Yeah, sort of. It's Liverpool, mate, isn't it? It's not the World Cup anymore with all these nations. It's what we want to see week in, week out, and what we long for. So whether it be a friendly or not, it's
why when you're flicking through the telly and you get to LFC TV and the under-18s or something, it's a match.
Yeah, it's a chance for them to see them back out there again. And even though we've had the World Cup, it feels like fucking years ago that title race finished. So
yeah, I think this is the thing that I was not ready. You know what I mean? The last season took a real emotional toll on me, and it's taken me a long while to get over it. And the World Cup's helped because it's been football, but I've not had as much emotionally invested in it. I think
football,
I might be,
but not as we know it.
Yeah, I think I might be ready. What about you?
Oh, I'm ready. Yeah, definitely.
we discussed this. We did a special show previewing the pre-season, which you can check out on the redmentv.com, which you're going to check out on the redmentv.com because it's free for the month. And if you like it, then you can look forward to a whole season of goodness. But we were saying, Jack, with me, how there's a certain level of expectation that gets placed on these games because they're televised. And in some respects, it's kind of like the under-21s in that people go into these games and they're trying to glean every little single facet of information they can about the teams, and they're starting to make judgments on players already. So it shouldn't be pressure. It is about fitness, but there is whether there's a lot to be learned is sort of by the by. There's a lot that we will hope to learn from these games.
Yeah, it's about fitness. I wonder whether that's slightly changing a little bit. It's not the sport it was 10, 15 years ago. I mean, these players will keep themselves in top shape over the summer now.
Because it was like cricket back then.
Not going to get off on a jolly all summer, are they?
Yeah.
And turn up
unless you're Jack Wilshere. Have you seen in pictures today going off subject?
No.
Have you not seen in a pool with someone sipping fucking a shot of some kind down his neck, someone holding a cickie in his mouth at the same time?
Yeah, so
He's a lad, him,
yeah, just lost the plot, hasn't he?
Amazing.
So I mean, as much as that, it'll be about Rodgers getting new ideas across to new players and young players, and there'll be a lot of technical and tactical emphasis on it all as well. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what sorts of shapes we play in, see what the new players are like. But I'll not be overanalyzing it too much. I'm just can't wait for it to get going then.
Yeah, definitely. It is. I think we expect, don't we, to see a sort of mixture of fringe players to a certain extent, youth, and we might see one or two of the new signings as well, which would be nice. And that's, to be honest, I actually get excited about these games.
It's the best part of pre-season, isn't it? Is seeing what you brought in and what they can bring to the table. That's my favourite part of pre-season.
But for me as well, it's the young players. It's when you look at the likes of Ivan, you want to see, because you don't really, it's been a year since we've seen Jordan Ibe really. Last pre-season, he looked ready to make that step up. He's had some time out on loan. I want to see what kind of player he is now. He's a year more mature. That's what gets my sort of blood pumping.
The early games in pre-season are all about the fringe players, isn't it? The closer you get to the season, it's the more the first team players in your first 11 what you're going to look to start the season with.
There'll be players out this week who you won't see again come the season.
Our last glimpse of Ibe was when he was tearing Shamrock a new one in the end of the season. Friendly, so hopefully he comes back in the same vein and this friendly, and he carries on in the pre-season, and he gets a chance when the bigger players come back to show that he can do it when they're on the pitch as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great example. That Shamrock game was one I actually missed it at the time, but watched it subsequently. But it was exciting, wasn't it? You know what I mean? There was some good goals scored, some good football played with fringe players and a load of the youth players. And you say, if they can bring that into this game, not just Brondby, but obviously Preston, and then going into Roma next week as well, then we should hopefully be quite entertained as well.
Well, that's what you hope, isn't it? That you see a decent game of football as well, because after all it is a game of football, But the problem with these games is that because they want to get everyone some time on the pitch, they'll probably chop and change the teams quite a lot.
Yeah.
So whether or not you can see the tactics and stuff in it, I don't know. I hope so, but you just don't know.
it's I mean, it's going to be a potential window, isn't it, Jack, for 1 or 2. I mean, it's going to be hard to predict what the hell the team's going to be. I'll have a go in a sec, thanks to Craig who put this together for me. But you know, there's some players have got some things to prove. I think Lucas Leiva's got something maybe to prove in these next few games. I mean, Berini's another example of it. We don't know whether Aspas is going to be. It looks like he's on his way, but could Brondby be one last chance for him to maybe find another suitor? Or I don't know. Would we risk him?
Off if he's amazing.
Again.
Well, it is pre-season.
Yeah. Kind of like Andre Borodin's season on loan. Hang on a second. He's had a good season, eh? Just get him back in. He's already ours. No.
He's clearly got his mental and physical conditioning all wrong, isn't he? Wrong time of the year to peak.
Yeah, peaks in the second week of pre-season. Yeah. Definitely. But yeah, like I say, I think Martin Kelly, we mentioned him on the pre-season preview as well. I don't know whether is anything he can do.
As well,
Facts, yes. I'd have to probably say those 3 players for me, because I think we've already said, like the likes of Ibe, he's still got time on his side, definitely. Whereas you look at, as you said, Suso, his contract's up
next year.
Yeah, next year. He's got to, if he's going to be a Liverpool player, it's now or never, isn't it? And I think similarly with the others mentioned.
Well, these players will be desperate to make sure they've got a Liverpool future as well. It's not that they're just going through the motions in the hope of a transfer. So I think that it's high stakes for a lot of the players, and I think it could mean that it's quite there's a lot of those players, so it could make it really entertaining pre-season.
Because of the 4 competitions, there's going to be a bigger squad, and therefore there's more places up for grabs. So they must be thinking in their heads, "Oh, well, I can stay here this year. I don't need to go out on loan."
Yeah.
But obviously, you know, they've got to prove that they're worthy of that, haven't they?
Yeah, there must be a case as well, Craig. You know, we've mentioned the transfer fee, transfer money that Liverpool potentially got available. There must be a few players thinking there that if Suarez had stayed as well, Liverpool probably didn't have the money to upgrade on them, and they might be thinking now, well, you know, like some of the more fringe players might be thinking, oh, shit, you know, I'm going to have to put a shift in here because I might not even be allowed to be 5th choice or whatever. Liverpool could go out and buy better quality.
It swings and roundabouts for those kind of players, isn't it? Because there's probably a few players in the squad who know they've got no future. They've possibly been told already, if a club comes in, you're going to be allowed to leave. So
listen, lad, you're in the envelope. No pissing about. Listen, just write his name, Aspas. There you go, mate. Start at the table.
I think they're the kind of players that, whether they're fighting for a future or fighting for a move, they've got to put a performance in either way, because it's either shot window or put myself in contention for the squad again.
Yeah.
So, as I said, swings and roundabouts for him.
It looks like there's loads of pictures doing the rounds. Mickey Lambert's been in training this week.
Looks like he's back today. And
surprising that though, because I mean, I know he didn't really figure at the World Cup, did he?
I'm kind of not surprised by it though, because from the second he was told that deal was done, he thought, I'll go to training now, fuck the World Cup.
Banging on the door at 7:30.
He's probably been like,
he's probably got pulled a bit up to the side and legged over the fence.
Can I come in now? I'm ready.
Yeah, he's waiting outside. He's just picked Stevie's autograph up on the way in.
That time when someone stood on a wheelie bin or whatever it was and shouted at Steven Gerrard, that was probably Lambert's trying to transfer.
He's probably been like a kid on Christmas morning and every day, 5 more sleeps to go.
4
more sleeps to go. It's sad.
I just got visions of that at the Father Ted Christmas special, and Dougal's trying to get to sleep and he's going, just close your eyes and try to go to sleep. Oh, it's no good. It's no good. I can't sleep.
Imagine him last night knowing that he was going in this morning to put the gear on and play football there.
I bet he slept in his boots.
It must have been the best feeling.
Slept in his shitties, definitely. Like, but no, I think you're right. You know, these players have all gone on holiday. They've gone to like Gerrard's getting photographed with like famous American DJs, and he's off on the beach, isn't he, with the family? And Ricky Lambert's gone. I can go to Marbella for another week, or I can go to Melwood. Well, I can go to Marbella. If I've got 2 years and 2 years only to go to Melwood, I'm going to soak up every minute of it. I'm fair play to him. I would suspect though that he's not going to figure against Brondby, and probably not against Preston as well.
No, I reckon the first game time will be out in the States for him. I can't wait to see him play me, because he's that play for 4 million. For every single minute he's going to be on the pitch, he's going to give you absolutely everything he's got. Yeah. And I can't understand some people's negativity towards the move for him.
Look, I said, and I've said this, Jack, if there are Scousers and they're of the quality to be playing Premier League football, they should just be at Liverpool. You know what I mean? And it's a slight difference if you've got talking like, obviously Wayne Rooney's an exception to that rule, of course, because he's fucking rubbish and a blue shite mank. So it doesn't get much worse than that, does it? But you know, we're talking about players, not necessarily the best players at the clubs. You know what I mean? Because that might be difficult. But if you've got players who are floating around the Premier League and they're a decent standard, I think they should be at Liverpool, because if you're going to have squad players, I think they might as well be Scousers. They might as well have that desire to play for the team.
Well, we saw what extra we got from. We all loved watching Flanagan in the side last year, and I think we're all believe he's got a future at the club. Probably long term after his chances, after delivering on with his chances last season. So no, yeah, it gives you that. It's the cliche of the X factor, isn't it? That something else, that extra bit of commitment, that turning up to the training, I don't know, a week earlier than Lambert's supposed to. So yeah, definitely. Okay.
Well, I posed the question: what starting 11 would you like to see? Now, being the consummate professionals that they are, both Ozzy and Jack prepared a team and then forgot to bring it with them. Have you worked that out? Hello. And
I didn't care.
You abstained.
I still don't care. I don't care what 11 is going to
Great. Right, go on then, Jack. What have you come up with?
I've gone quite strong actually in a 4-3-3. Jones in goal. Enrique, Agger, Kelly and McLaughlin across the back four.
Okay.
Lucas sitting deep with Suso and Emre Can ahead of him. And Jordan Ibe and Teixeira supporting Barini.
Interesting. Now, again, I didn't do the legwork on this, even though it's my show, not Chris, isn't it? But Craig kindly sent me a great suggestion, which I'm going to pass off as my own. So Jones in goal, left back Enrique, Agger and Alori, centre halves, Kelly right back, Emre Can holding with Teixeira, Coutinho as a midfield 3, Suso at the top almost as the 10, Barini and sort of Ibe around there or thereabouts. Good. And what I really like about this is that I've been dying to see the trio of Coutinho, Suso, Teixeira playing together for a very long time. That is a great point, actually. Like, you know, so about 3 players who actually, I think, very in a similar mould, aren't they? And definitely, all good, solid haircuts as well.
I think my team that I picked was those 3 in behind Barini with Lucas and Chan sitting behind. So it's similar to what he's thinking. That the feeling out. Just want to see those 3 on the pitch together.
The one I'm most excited about that, obviously, I hope Emre Can gets a game, because I really want to see what he's made of. They've had the pictures in the Echo, haven't they?
It looks really built for the Premier League.
Powering past everyone. In fact, as someone pointed out, there's a lot of photos of Joe Allen being powered past by like Lucas and by Chan and everyone. He does look a little bit lost. But even, to be honest, even a midfield of Chan, Allen plus another, you know what I mean, would be a pretty good. But the good thing is like I say, just adding those couple of extra players to the squad and the youth players who are prepared potentially to make that step up, we could actually have 2 pretty decent sides go out there. Certainly better, I think, than the post-season game, whereas it was very, very like, you know, loads of very young kids got thrown in there. We still haven't mentioned the likes of Rossiter as well in that.
McLaughlin's one I want to see really given a chance.
Yeah, and again, lovely lad as well. So I hope he does get
really talented lad. He just hasn't produced that little bit when he has been given a chance. So hopefully this season.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let me know your thoughts in the comments underneath. What 11s would you like to see, and moreover, what players are you most looking forward to seeing in these next couple of games for Liverpool? Obviously, Brondby and Preston on Saturday. Let me know those in the comment section. If you want to watch more Redmen TV goodness, we've done a pre-season preview special. It was about 40 odd minutes long. That was one of just 3 exclusive shows on the channel this week. So go to redmentv.com. It is free for a month. Perfect time. Leading you into the season. Also, I'm going to be in Boston next week for the Liverpool-Roma game at Fenway. So if anyone's over there,
Jealousy knows no bounds.
So come and say hello if you see me, come and see me around the game. And also, we're going to put a separate advert out for this, but if you're a cam-op or you've got any interest in production, you want to get some experience, drop me an email, interact@theredmentv.com. If you want to come over, we're going to be doing loads of filming in and around the game and around the ground and what have you, in a few days before and a couple of days after the match. So drop me a line and come and get involved as well. I'm buzzing, I can't wait to get over and get in with all of our American brethren, like, so promises to be good. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up as well, and of course go over and subscribe on the redmentv.com because it's boss, and the only way you can know if I'm right or wrong is to go and check it out. Yeah, seems reasonable.
Do it now.
Good one. You can stay. Chris Pajak needs to work his way back into the starting team.
You've lost your seat, Chrissy boy. It's mine now.
Oh, and actually, while we're here, we didn't get to do it. Congratulations to Chris Pajak.
Hey.
Yeah, the newest addition to the Redmen team, little Robin. So yeah, he's off for this week. He'll be back next week and hosting the shows in my absence as well. So definitely worth tuning in for if you're a fan of Chris. If you're a fan or if you really hate Chris, because there are one or two years out there. Tune in. It's bound to be either amazing or genuine car crash internet television. So check that out. Anyway, in case if you're watching, love you really. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Ta-ra. Hello, welcome to Redmen TV. It's the transfer target focus number 2. We're looking at Lazar Markovic, who's going to be known as Laser, basically, on Merseyside next season.